Welcome to the DIY Pest Control Podcast, where you get the best info for those who want to perform their own pest control. The DIY Pest Control Podcast is brought to you by Nature Pest. Nature Pest has been providing the finest in commercial and residential integrated pest management for structural, lawns, trees, shrubs, and mosquitoes with better control and less contamination at an affordable price. For more info, visit us at naturepest.com.
Hi folks, this is Frank the Pest Geek. We're looking at a monitor where we did a German roach job, and we find this is what we do to monitor the control we're getting, and to week after week or every 2 weeks or monthly as we're doing this clean out, we can document what is happening via the monitors and see that there is an actual reduction. One of the things that I find really peculiar about this particular board compared to every other board we've done is the number of adult that are on this board compared to the number of nymphs. And there's a possible explanation for it. Normally, the population of nymphs to adults is about 80-20, 80% nymphs, 20% adults. This is actually kind of almost equal or reversed when you start doing a count of the nymphs. Here, let me see if I can zoom in on that. You see an egg casing, a Uthega, that actually hatched on the board. There's all the nymphs. You can count. On average, you get about 20-something to 36 nymphs. They can go as high as 40. But normally, on average, when you start doing, it's about 36. Eggs have been laid on this actual board. One of the things that you'll notice is, if you see that's a male, and that appears to be a female. The way you can tell is by the cerces in the back, those little two tips coming out the back. And usually you're going to get probably a 90+% male versus female. One of the things that I'm encouraged about is that deformity that I'm starting to find in the wings on some of these. Let me see if I can find a good one that I can point out. That's a female right there. But we use point source IGR, and one of the things that could be causing this is the amount of egg drop. Let me get a little closer there. The amount of egg drop that could have happened, they could have aborted the eggs. Eggs didn't hatch. As you see, this one right there was dropped, but it doesn't look like it did hatch. It hatched probably before she crawled on the board. So you can see the little slit. I'm going to see if I can do I'm in there's a shade. The sun, I'm outside trying to do this. So this is how it's just peculiar the way this is where there's just so many more adults than there are nymphs. This one, if you notice that one right there, the leg is still twitching, so this was caught recently. We can see them twitching and see the antennas moving, and we know that they're still alive on the board. There's one right there where it doesn't look right. The body doesn't look right. Those wings don't look right. That could be because of the gentle point source, the gentle IGR point source, and this is the reason we use it on every initial German roach job, in addition to bait, in addition to the Doxum, the precision. I'm trying to get the precision delivery system using Doxum, and also Max Force Complete. So we apply a total of 3 baits and an IGR. Now this thing is on macro, that's why it's behaving that way. But look at the nymphs around, and then the adults around that board. So what we'll do is we take pictures of this, we upload it as a document onto the work order. That way when we come back next month, we can compare, or we come back, in this case we're going to come back in 2 weeks. I don't know if you can see this right here. That one's moving her head, or that's a he actually. That male right there is moving his head. The twitch. I don't know if you saw the twitch. So there you go. But very, 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 very interesting.
Thank you for listening to the DIY Pest Control Podcast. Please remember that although Franklin Hernandez is a certified and licensed pest control operator in the state of Florida, the content of this podcast is for informational purposes only. You should consult your local and state government or cooperative extension service before performing any pest control service. Remember to always read and follow label directions because the label is the law.